Hey everyone, Sarah and Keely here, and we chose to do our tech talk on the RangeXTD Wi-Fi booster. And what is that, you ask? Well, stay tuned. First, before we talk more about the RangeXTD, let's just go over some quick basics that we already know from class and probably from life in general. If we're going to do a telepractice session, we obviously need to have a computer or some kind of device. We need to have internet, and there's various internet speeds we might be at, but we need to have internet, and we need to have a router if we're going to have wireless internet. I think most of us probably use wireless internet these days, but I know there's a lot of people who still are hardwired in. But for most of us who are doing the wireless, we need to have the router in order for the modem to send that internet signal to our computer or device. So let's talk a little bit more about the router and the internet signal. So as we all know from being in online class, we need to have a very strong signal in order for class to not be interrupted and to have that smooth flow of video and the audio. So if we do not have a strong signal, there could be lots of reasons why, and we talked about some of those already in class. Some of those obvious solutions might be that we just need to close out some programs that might be running in the background using internet. But there's also this thing called signal attenuation. I actually think of radio towers when I think of this. So over like a long distance, the radio towers lose their strength and signal, and that's why you have the towers that are up as repeaters, so they can keep a strong signal going over a long distance. But it's kind of the same with the internet at home. So if you're far away from the router, you're going to lose a little bit of the internet signal strength. And some other issues that might impact that might be walls or just windows, other items, objects in between you and the router. So signal attenuation does kind of definitely impacts the signal coming from the router and your internet strength, for sure. So if you've already gone through all the basic troubleshooting stuff we've talked about in class, like making sure that you're the only one using the internet, closing all extra programs, and you're still having problems with the signal strength, then it might be time to think about maybe a range extender, a Wi-Fi range extender like the RangeXTD. And this one in particular was voted #1 on unbiasedreview.net. And it's under $50 on Amazon, so it seems like it's maybe a pretty decent price, and it does get really good reviews, like I said. Just some quick benefits of the RangeXTD is obviously, like I said, it extends your Wi-Fi coverage. It is relatively affordable, and it actually seems really easy to use. It's pretty much just plug and play. I guess there's probably a password on it you have to set for security, but it seems like it's fairly easy. One thing to keep in mind, though, is it definitely will not increase your bandwidth, your upload, download speeds, and I think that's where a lot of people get confused, or they feel like it's a scam after they buy it, and they realize that it's not going to magically increase their internet capability beyond what they're paying for already through Xfinity or whatever their service provider is. Here's basically a screenshot from RangeXTD's website, and you can look over this at your leisure. It's pretty straightforward, and it seems actually pretty honest. It gets good reviews, like I said. I do like that it doesn't have any additional monthly fees, so once you spend the $50 on it, then that's it. You don't have to worry about additional monthly fees. And as I stated on the previous slide, it definitely won't increase your bandwidth, upload, or download speeds beyond your current modem or internet capability. And it won't fix modem or router issues. And that could be potential barriers to people if they're expecting this to fix something that's wrong with their router. We actually had an issue with our router. It was no longer compatible with our modem. Something was going on, and we had to get a new router. So this wouldn't fix something like that. And again, this is just another screenshot from their website. One thing I wanted to point out on this slide is it does say that it's secure. So I think I would take that with a grain of salt, because obviously you need to check the passwords and change those every so often. But it says it's completely secure, and it apparently keeps the sessions safe from prying eyes, they say. So I would just be curious to research that a little bit more. I don't think I would take that at face value. I hope it's true, but I just don't know on that one. Okay, so I'm going to turn it over to Keely at this point, and she will talk about how it can help telepractice and some potential scenarios that you might want to watch out for.
Hey, it's Keely. So now I'm going to be going over how the RangeXTD can help us in our telepractice sessions. So by using this, it ensures a secure and stable internet connection, and it can provide continuous care throughout the session without risk of internet failure. It also gives us a stronger signal to our device, which can prevent hiccups in streaming, which allows more fluid communication without interruption. This is some more information from the RangeXTD's website, and just, kind of saying, it's more like their advertisement. I will direct you to the red exclamation mark beside the top picture, because it says, got 10 devices streaming videos or games at the same time? Well, like Sarah said earlier, there are still some things that we should probably take with a grain of salt with this device, because you're still at the mercy of your level of internet that you're paying for. It isn't going to magically increase the bandwidth, because you are still, this device is just boosting that signal. It's not increasing the bandwidth. So this slide is just posing a security concern scenario, because we know and hear about hackers pretty frequently nowadays with the wireless internet and in today's world. So this scenario, it says you log into your email on your computer and find an alert that your account has been compromised. Does this mean the hacker also got into your other accounts? Do you use the same password for everything, including your Wi-Fi, internet router? So in the next slide, we will discuss some solutions for that. So although RangeXTD says it's secure, wireless internet in general still poses threats for hackers to get on your internet. And so some things to consider to reduce those threats are to make a unique router password, limit access to your password, so just limit how many people you're giving that password out to. Change your password frequently, and also change the network name frequently. So just to summarize this tech talk, we were discussing the RangeXTD, and this was voted the #1 Wi-Fi booster and Wi-Fi extender in the USA. And below that are just some of the main benefits from this device, and so you can take a look at those as a refresher. We also discussed some limitations from this device in case you were considering purchasing this item. Thank you so much for listening to this tech talk, and you may contact me or Sarah if you have any further questions. Thank you.